Alright, so what's the topic? Tell me.
Well, I want to know about like how you become assertive, like be more confident in your beliefs. Because I feel like I'm confident about Freddy's modern kung fu, and I believe in the vision that you have, but sometimes I feel like when my family is like present, not all, but my brothers especially. I feel like when they're here, it's like I don't wanna train. I don't want them to have anything to do with you at all. So I don't know if you have anything to say about that.
Um, I think that's natural. It's like sometimes you want to do stuff like away from public eye, because it's something where you need to like grow your inner self. It has nothing to do with other people and
Okay.
like public opinion, because um it's like everybody's gonna be start off like a little insecure at first, and basically like they're not able to fully be themselves. Like they need time to like develop themselves. It's kind of like throwing a newborn baby out there in the cold. Like they're gonna die. Like you need to like grow the baby to become strong, and then they could become an adult and then survive out there in the real world. So you need time to like grow like spiritually before you could like be put out there in the public eye, because it's just too early. Like it's like like anything that you learn, like you're playing the piano and you never played before, and then all of a sudden you play and then people are laughing at you. It could make you stop playing completely.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know but it's like you need to like hone your skills to the point where you feel ready to be honest with just public, the people out there, and then you're so strong that you don't need their approval anymore.
Yeah.
Like they could essentially like you essentially like being able to be by yourself and not needing anybody to approve of you. That takes a lot of like inner development, a lot of spiritual development that takes a lot of time to. So it's not like it's unusual. Like that's the most common. Like it's just like, and it's different for different people. Like for example, like when I make videos, like I don't really like other people around. You know what I'm saying? Like hearing what I'm saying, because it kind of distracts me.
Hmm.
So there's certain things that you do in your life where you feel that you need to be alone, because then that's gonna make you um, more like focused, in what you do. So meaning, let me just think about it. Like if you're studying for a test, you can't really go to a club where everybody's dancing, all this music everywhere. How are you gonna study? There's too much distraction. And it's
Exactly.
it's the same thing with working out at the gym. I mean, there's like all this music and all these like all this TVs everywhere, women walking around everywhere, men like
Exactly.
flexing and everything, and it's like hard to concentrate and stay focused on what you need to, because there's just too many distractions. So even when I train, I don't like to train when my kids are around because there's too much distraction. So like especially when you're reading a book, how are you supposed to really read the book when there's people like distracting you? So like it takes a lot of time and development to get to the point where the distractions just don't bother you anymore. So meaning like there's some people out there, like they can't train out there in the park because they're worried about what other people think and they'll say. So then they don't train at the park because they're not ready for that. Some people, some people are very like they're like they have a lot of great fear in public speaking. Like they can't go up in front of an audience and speak. Like they're like trembling, they're like shaking, they're sweating. You know, there's surveys and research out there that say that there's people there's more of the people have more fear of like public speaking than they do death. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how how fearful they are about it. So there's certain things that people like they're not developed yet enough in order to have confidence in certain areas. Like even like talking to women, some men, they don't have confidence in approaching a woman and speaking to a woman. Like they start trembling and they get really insecure and shy, and they have to learn to build up to go beyond that. And it's the same with a lot of things, you know, like you don't want to let everybody know everything about you. You want to trust the people before you open up to them. So so it's kind of like, you know, it's like if you got a girlfriend, you know a lot of times you may not want to kiss her in front of everybody. It's just feeling awkward, like to kiss your girlfriend in front of your parents or your friends. It's just like you keep that stuff private. You don't need to do that in front of other people. For what? You know, so like people that watch my videos, because it's so real, like they don't, it's sometimes it's best that they don't let people know that they watch my videos because it's too real. It's like watching porn. Like it's too real. Like it's like you can't watch it in front of other people because it's just too real, you know? Like what I have to say, it opposes to what the majority believe in, and a lot of times you want to keep that to yourself because it's if the people are not in the same page as you, they may throw negative judgment upon you. Exactly. You know, and it has nothing. It's not necessary. You know, simply it's the fact that this is the fact. You know, if 90% of the people out there drink alcohol, and I'm like one of the 10% that's like telling people not to, and then you listen to me, they're gonna look at you as if you're evil. Like, exactly. Oh, you're listening to somebody who doesn't believe in alcohol. Well, we believe in alcohol. You don't. You're a bad person. So they're trying to label you. So a lot of times you want to keep that information to yourself and only communicate that information to the other 10% that see what you see, and then you could be open to them. But the people that don't see what you see, a lot of times you may want to refrain from letting them know that information simply because they're gonna use it towards you in a negative way. Even like in China, you know, like people that practice this thing called Falun Gong, the government's like killing the people just because they practice it, and it's just like a healthy exercise thing like Tai Chi. But the leader of the Falun Gong has so many followers that the government is threatened by the leader. So then the government sends officials to kill the practitioners and torture the practitioners. Now, in that instance, it's not a benefit to just let people know that you practice Falun Gong because it can mean your life. So you just keep that information to yourself. There's no need to like let people know about it. You know, so like a lot of times, like people they'll find out what books you read in order to try to like judge you and see what kind of person you are. You know, like you know, if they see that you study a lot about Malcolm X, they'll be like, oh, you know, we gotta watch out for him, you know, because this is the type of stuff that he studies. You know, like if you know all about meditation, oh, he reads up on that. Oh, you know, they're gonna try to watch out for you. Like basically, they're like they use that information to, you know, for, you know, sometimes people use that information to use against you because that's not what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like they might believe in robbing and killing and stealing, and then they find out that you don't believe in that, then they're gonna try to take you out. They're gonna try to they're gonna watch out for you because they know that you don't agree to that. You know, it's like, say if 90% of the world was like Ku Klux Klan and you're like part of the 10% that's not, then you gotta like be careful like who you let know that you're not that you're not Ku Klux Klan. You know what I'm saying? Like because the majority's like pretty much always stronger than the minority. So the minorities have to like, they have to be smart with how they communicate to people, like, you know, the information that they know, or like the truth that they see, because basically a lot of people, they're not ready for truth, and they're gonna make it seem as if the truth is you know, if that is something like evil or something like that. But you know, even Lao Tzu would say, you know, if the people didn't laugh at you, it wouldn't be the Tao. You know, so basically it just is what it is. That's how the world is. I mean, it's like everybody's driving a car, and like say there's 1,000 people, and there's 995 of them are driving cars, and you're the one who's like jogging or riding a bike. They're gonna point fingers at you and laugh at you. Ah, he can't afford a car. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, look at him. He's an idiot. He's jogging. You know, they're gonna laugh because you're doing something different. But that's doesn't mean that, you know, you're an evil person, is, or like what you're doing is bad. It's just that you're not afraid to be yourself and do what you want to do, and people aren't used to that. You know, so they're gonna try to basically criticize that, like you being like out of the ordinary. So most of the people that I think support me, they're more like secretive. They're more like, they don't let people know, you know, because even on a YouTube channel, like if people find out what videos you watch, then they could start like formulating information about you. But if you sign on with a different account that they don't know who it is, then they can't target you. But basically, you know that someone like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., they killed the leader. So basically what they're trying to do is they're going to try to kill all his followers too. They don't want another Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. They want to kill his followers too. So basically, his followers have to learn, to hide. Like hide and still make an impact. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no need like to like expose all the followers, because then they're going to get killed off. I mean, even like same thing happened to Jesus. He had his disciples, and then they would start attacking his disciples. They'll attack the master, and they'll attack the disciples.
Yeah, they killed the disciples. Like they crucified. I think they crucified Peter upside down.
Yeah.
So
you know, the master, they're gonna try to kill the master, and then they're gonna try to kill the disciples. So the disciples is smart, is more intelligent if the disciples learn to kind of like master identity, so then people don't know, they don't know. So then it's like infiltrating, like you got 100 people, and you don't want to like identify, like you don't want to identify that, you know, yourself as a, you know, belonging to a certain certain group, so then they can't attack you. You know, so that's basically, it's important. You know, like it's, if everybody knew like where you lived and your phone number, then they know how to attack you. But if they don't know where you live, they don't know your phone number, they don't even know how you look like, they don't know what to attack. So like there's benefits of like basically keeping things private. There's nothing wrong with that. I even encourage that because it's intelligent. You know, but sometimes, you know, like you have friends, you have family, and you might know 50 people, but there might only be 1 or 2 of them that you feel that are ready for what I have to teach, and then then you can only let those 2 people know. You know what I'm saying? But
actually, none of them are ready.
Yeah, so
none of them are ready, man.
Yeah, so then if nobody's ready, then nobody's ready, and then that's it. I mean, it's just like, it is what it is. You know, I mean, you just know certain information that other people don't, and then you leave it at that.
Yeah, I think one of my friends only know about your YouTube channel, and and he actually admire you pretty much. You know, he admire what you have to say about corruptions of the world. You know, the corruption not of the martial arts and all that stuff. He admires. So I think he would be the one that I only talk to about you. You know, I think he's like the only one. I mean, I have one of my friend, another one of my friends. I mean, he watches the video, but as soon as you go off on MMA, he's like, man, just stop it, man. You do too much. I seldom talk to him about you, you know. But for the other guy, he's pretty much like, he's cool with me. So for now, he would be the one I could trust with what I believe in. Not my family, of course.
Mm. Well, like, I mean, most of the people out there, you just communicate to on a basic level. Like, it's not, like, once you start talking about things like what you believe in and stuff like that, you can start offending people. You know,
Yeah.
so for example, like my father likes to take showers at the gym, right? But some people, they think it's nasty. And they'll say that, like, oh, you know, like, people at the gym that take showers there, they're nasty. But, you know,
Yes, I'm nasty too.
you know, so then it's like that alone, like that statement alone could offend somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like for example, like, I talked a lot of trash about wrestlers, but imagine, you know, if you're talking to somebody that is a wrestler, and then he knows about how you feel about, like, the wrestlers, then they get really pissed. So basically, it's like you can't be real with everybody, you know. You gotta just keep it, like, just be respectful, and, like, minimize, like, talk about things that could create debates or arguments, you know.
Yeah. I don't like debates, man. I don't think the debates go anywhere. But people keep talking and talking. I don't think it goes anywhere at all. That's why I try to avoid it at any time.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't like debates either. Because it's not resolving anything. Because basically, a debate is like two people that think they're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no student there. There's no listener. It's just two people that want to talk. That's all it is.
And it's a less aggressive way of arguing. That's the way I see it. You know.
I mean,
an argument doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, it is an argument. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it doesn't, like, I just don't agree to it. It's just a waste of energy. You know,
Yeah.
if they want to debate with me, then they pretty much already believe that they're right. So if they think they're right,
So what's the point of debating with me?
Yeah,
Then? I mean,
you already think you're right. So there's nothing else to talk about. You know. So.
Yeah, which reminds me of the Zen story when the master pour the Dead Sea until it overflows. I mean, you already showed me that you know too much.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna listen to what I mean. Even if you listen to what I'm saying, you're never going to understand because you have too much in your mind already. You know, there's no way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think the information helps. Still have to keep FMK private though.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like when you were 25, you were at a much higher level than I am right now, because I feel like I can catch up to you, man. Shit.
What do you mean?
I mean, based on your fitness and all that stuff, man. I mean, the drills too, you know, the double kicks and stuff, it's kind of hard though. I don't know how you do that stuff.
gotta train 6 days a week, man.
6 days a week?
Yeah, 2 hours each time.
Alright.
Just keep training.
Well, I guess 3 days 3 days a week with you, and the rest of the days I do it alone.
Yeah. Join us more often, man.
I heard Shunyon is in New York right now, and he hasn't contacted me one bit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How far is he from you?
I don't know. Cause I saw a video that says he's in New York. I don't know exactly where he is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys should meet and then spar at least one time.
Yeah. Not with my cousin though. Nah. Cause so I think he jammed my fingers. I think I talked to you about that already, right?